In this video, we'll be looking at constructing a project network from a schedule. We're doing so faster, as in the example 1 and 2 we've already done and constructed these project networks. So if you haven't watched example 1 or 2, those videos, I'd recommend doing so, as this might be a bit fast. So we're going to start off by constructing our project schedule from the project network on the right. You may note it only mentions immediate predecessors rather than the order, but we should be able to manage that now. So where am I going to start? From my start. Okay, now make sure you use nice big circles to fit the earliest scan time and the latest scan time, earliest and latest start times in there. So immediate predecessor, there's only one, task A. So out of the start comes A. Now we're looking for immediate predecessors that use task A, so that's here and here. So B and F will come out. I'm going to draw them nice and wide. Arrows, B, F. Now we've done them. We've got a B showing, so let's use that one now. We've got 1, 2, 3 all coming out of B. So draw a circle, and this is going to be a pitchfork because 3 activities are coming out. So arc, 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 and see that pitchfork, put the arrows, and then let's add C, D, and E. Oops, on the edge. Our next task is to find the next immediate predecessors. We see this one uses F and F, so let's do that one. And out of that will come G and H. Tick, tick. Now activity I uses E and G. So let's have a look at that. Well, we can see that E and G are indeed right next to each other, just here. So we don't have to do any flipping. Typically a question will have some flip, so it might be D and G. So D and G, for them to connect up, you might have to swap D and E. Otherwise, there'll be an edge that's crossing over another edge, which is never good in a project network. So circle into the node, tick off, and out comes I. Now J uses D, H, and I. So we have D, H, and I. Now you want to draw your node to the right of the rightmost node, which is I. So I'm just going to draw it here, bring my D into there, and bring my H into there. D, H, and I, D, H, and I, and then out will pop a J. Now what we can do, since we've completed all our activities, is we can close off or put the finish into our project network, which in this case will go here. We label that finish, and then we close up any loose ends we have. We just put the J into there. We knew J, once that's done, it's finished. But there's a sneaky C over here as well. We have to tie off all loose arcs. So try to tie that in. So now we've got all our tasks. You might want to neaten it up, or if you think it's too messy, redo it. And I've just connected up C. Our next task is just to put the times in. I do this alphabetically, but you can do whatever method you want. So 7, and I put a comma, but you don't have to. So we've just completed our project network. So we've constructed how many marks? Maybe 3 or 4, I'm not quite sure. Probably 3, I'd say in that case. Now, you may note that this is quite cramped, and I only really crammed it up because of this table. It didn't have enough space. So really, you want to use the full width of the page. I just wasn't sure how wide it would go, so I've just used that width there. When you're doing this, I'd recommend using the full width of the page and as much height as you can as well, because my scan here is going to be a little bit messy. Let's calculate the earliest scan time, earliest start time. We do that by doing a forward scan. So we start at the start, I'm going to do that in blue. 0, 7, 11, 13. Do you see how that circle there was very small? So what I can do is clean that up. And I have to figure out what that was. I think it was H. So you can see here, I'd probably have drawn my circles a bit too small, just because I was being crammed up. Okay, this one here is 11 plus 4 is 15, and this is 16. Therefore, we choose 16, the maximum value. Okay, this node here has either 21, 20, or 14. So we're going to choose 21. And our last node is either going to be 25 or 21. So we choose 25. Then in red, we do our back scan. 25, and this way will be 15. We can't complete that one yet because we've got this going in there. 25 minus 4 is 21. So we've just completed our earliest start times and latest start times for each activity. Now we need to determine the critical path and the earliest completion time. So typically you can find the earliest completion time first. So I'm just going to write it down here. Critical path, and then C, minimum completion time. We can see that's going to be 25 days. This is our clue, time is measured in days. So we can complete this project in 25 days. The completion time, we circle those nodes where the numbers match. Highlight the path, and then list out the activities. So we've calculated both of those, and that's the numbers in each circle. We've determined the critical path, and we've determined the earliest completion time or minimum completion time for the project.